Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video. This is the first ever build that I've ever made, and by the way, excuse the way I sound, I've been ill since last Thursday and it's now Tuesday, so yeah, I sound a bit ropey, but as you can see, I'm making this build out of complete junk and rubbish that I have lying around my house. Toys, bottles, bits of card, and for the base I've used EVA foam, just like craft foam, nothing special, and some cardboard. And now I'm using a hot glue gun because I want to make like a TP shaped building. So basically this whole video, what it's about, I was inspired by Bill making stuff with his videos, and I've always wanted to do something like this, but I've just never done it. And I was thinking to go and integrate with my jewellery. I wanted to build my own little mini world, and my mini world is called Neon Rust, and this whole world is about basically a lost world, post-apocalyptic cyber style, and this is where my artifacts, my actual jewellery is made. So I've tied into my, jewellery business with this little mini world, and I just absolutely love the fact that I can do this and create whatever I want. And this is the first of the mini builds for my world. This is the Maker's Hut. So this is where the little, jewellery pieces will be made, the artifacts and relics found, I guess. And yeah, by the way, like all these tools that I'm using, they're just simple tools. EVA foam, little coffee stirrer sticks, little plastic bits, some cake tin bottoms, if you know what I mean. Bottoms, is that the right word? I don't know. So yeah, this is a little aerial thing that I'm making right now. I don't really normally do voiceovers, so I'm absolutely awful. And if you ever want to make your own little build, remember to sand down the plastics, because I kept forgetting. I've cut a lot of bits out. This tool is like to make little holes in, well, I use it for my jewellery, my metal, so to punch little holes in metal. So I went through the wood pretty easily, to be honest. And it's just to give more texture, like little bits of pallet wood and stuff like that have holes in them. You basically just want to texture everything. So I always use, what I've got to hand, to be honest with you. A lot of these tools I use in my other craft and stuff, my jewellery making, etc, etc. And this is a little wax carving tool for wax jewellery making, which I don't really do. But I needed to scrape some lines into the wood just to make it look a bit more, worn. And now a little mini file, just to file down the edges to make it look worn yet again. Little neat trick there. A lot of these things I picked up from YouTube. Oh yeah, look, this is a little jewellery charm that I had, and I just wanted to have a skull and crossbones on the front because I absolutely love the style. I love sort of like, oh, well done Jen. I'm so clumsy. I love the sort of like post-apocalyptic rustic style, but I also love the whole cyber style as well. But yeah, I made some super glue accelerator from I forgot how to say it. Excuse, I literally can't say it. I don't know, alcohol and baking soda. There you go, and it worked really, really well. It worked a treat. I got these little these little plastic things. I think they are for like 3D pens or something. I got them from a charity shop. There was loads of them, and there was like a business dropped off a load of the same stuff, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there was loads of them, but one pack was enough because there was tons in one pack, and it was so cheap, like £1 or something. And I thought they'll come in handy for my little cyber post-apocalyptic world. There you go. That's supposed to be like a little aerial sort of thing. So this Maker's Hut is sort of like a jeweler's hut in a way. I wanted to have like a little, little gas canisters and stuff like that, little jeweler's bench underneath, chains, etc, etc. I think it turns out really, really well though. But yeah, that's some more like plastic rubbish out of spray bottle. Apparently spray bottles are really, really good, and I know why, because there's so many different components to a spray bottle. Who knew that there'd be that many different components to a spray bottle, honestly? And there's loads of little ones, and they come in really handy for things like this. So definitely, I'm basically putting EVA foam into that so it would stick down, because it wasn't sticking down. Plastic on plastic doesn't really, it's not great. So if you just put some EVA foam in between, it will stick. It will stick. Mod Podge. Yeah, so Mod Podge and some paint. I just use cheap that black acrylic paint. It's really cheap stuff. Like, this stuff is not great to actually paint with. I've realised, because it's just, yeah, it's crap. But it's dry. There's dried out baby wipes. I've got that tip from Bill making stuff as well from his videos. Bottom of a cake tin as well. To be honest, a lot of this stuff I didn't know how. I've never done it before. I didn't know how to do, so just kept watching videos, get little hacks, and yeah, just start building. And you know what? It's so fun. These little O-ring things, they are for plumbing. I literally only needed 2, but I had to buy a whole pack of O-rings, because they don't sell them in like individual packs. So yeah, I got a load of them. Those little ties were from the toy that I stole from my little girl, because honestly she gets so bored of toys, so she wouldn't even notice. I thought that would be really cute, this little electronic, I don't even know what it's for, if I'm honest with you. I just found it in the drawer. Little jeweler's thing. Yeah, I'm great with words, as you can tell. But look, this is like my sort of style. Rustic, messy. I just love it. I hate perfectness, if that's a word. Always remember to sand down your plastics. Just always remember to do that. I kept forgetting. And the only sandpaper I had was sandpaper to go on my actual, orbital sander. That was just a little, pot of junk that I thought would look cute. Those are my rings. See? I've edited in this such a great way, haven't I? Little pipe for like the fumes. Some chains and hooks. Just to show I work with metal. An actual twig. I wanted to. I don't know. I felt like I needed framing on the top, so I put a twig on there. I tried to cut down this video as much as possible, just because it would be so long and boring. So yeah, Mod Podge and baking soda, because that's all I had to hand. I didn't have any sand or anything, but it still makes really good texture. Actually, I was really pleased with it. It like ends up looking like a bit like moss or rust, and yeah, it's good. Little bud. Anyway, I don't want to keep talking over the whole video. I'm only going to be talking in bits that I need to explain what the hell I'm doing. So, I hope this helps. So that's what it looks like before the primer. It looks mad. And this is what it looks like with some black primer. And then I forgot to film putting on the grey primer, but it doesn't matter. And now I'm painting it in like a watered down rust colour. Got that tip from, Bill making stuff in his videos. I thought that actually looked really good like that, but I wanted to put my spin on it and, do my neon colours, my neon world colours, like purples, pinks and teals, all the synthwave sort of colours, and my whole world is going to be very much like cyber, post-apocalyptic mix. So I'm sort of just dry brushing a little bit with the pink. I didn't want to put too much on. And then I'll show you the colours because I did it in the wrong way around. I tried to make the teal a bit lighter and it worked. And I'm sort of putting those on like the textured bits, little mossy looking bits. just painting the chains, a little bit of a metallic silver, metallic colour, metal colour. Final touches, and the results are up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll be building another one very soon.